Good afternoon, my spoiler alert friends. So the last 48 hours have been very, very, I guess, pivotal. Not so much pivotal in like a change of perspective, but pivotal in like I've been pushed to change, right? So um, today in church, we just finished our Fearless in Babylon series, and we were in the book of Daniel, and all throughout, Daniel's one of my favorite books of the Bible, and I've with the sermon I've picked up different things, and I'm like, oh wow, I didn't realize that, didn't know that. And funny enough, what I'm referencing today isn't related exactly to what they were talking about in the sermon, and I don't know if anybody else has that happen to them, where your mind kind of wanders and drifts while you're hearing the sermon. But I thought back on the time when Daniel and his companions were thrown into the furnace. And the whole reason he was thrown into the furnace was because he refused to bow down and worship this false god that the king of Babylon was requiring him to do. So a big piece of that, and what I wanted to, I guess what came through my mind, is the discipline to do that. Yes, it's fearless. Yes, it's courageous. Yes, all those things. But in order to even reach those points, there has to be some level of discipline. And he was disciplined in following his God, our God, right? And so I've just been thinking, and I'm like, yo, like discipline is like the big separator of people, right? So if you want to be successful in things, if you want to have a good life and really attain the righteousness and the type of lifestyle I think a lot of people want, it requires discipline. And so one of my challenges that, I've kind of been trying to work on, and that, again, it was like I'm working on it, but it's like it's not, I'm all the way in it, right? But today, in the sermon, he had mentioned a verse from Psalms, and I'll put that in the description. But it was talking about how, time and measuring time and what's available, and how truly what it boils down to is we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So that's going to change the way we live today. And even that boils down to discipline to do what you need to do in that day to it. You know what I mean? So I am going to be challenging myself and pushing this challenge out to everybody else, is to be more disciplined. And in order to be more disciplined, you kind of have to have a code or a standard that you're going to abide by. And that's just it's not just by the seat of your pants, a whim that you just stick to. It's like, I think it requires some thought. So I encourage everyone to think on what things are they going to be disciplined on and consistent with and moving forward in their lives. And I'll probably put this in the comments later on, but because I to be honest, I haven't completely set this for myself. So it's going to require some reflection and some deep thought to say, okay, these are the things I will do every single day and without fail. Like, yes, we have those days and we have those times where we mess up or something happens and we don't accomplish our goal that day or whatever we're trying to do, but that should be very few and far between. So I'm just throwing that out there. Today was a great sermon. I'll put those verses in the show. I said show notes. I don't have show notes, but the description, so you guys can take a look. Stay tuned.